Welcome back. I promised you a surprise, and we have with us Brian Davis, the owner of the North Bay Hardware Store. And I don't know how many of you all have noticed, but there's a brand new building up, isn't there?
There certainly is, Dave. It's wonderful. We're so excited to be in the new facility.
I've watched it being built, and I'm looking forward to my first visit. Tell me a little bit about North Bay Hardware. You've been a part of our community for years and years.
We really have. We've been out on the edge of Okaloosa County there for years, when unless you were going to Freeport, you really had no reason to ever go by us. And then the wonderful extension of the bridge opened up, and all of a sudden I get, instead of 1,000 cars a month, 1,000 cars an hour. And we've been very excited to move into our new facility, which certainly allows us to take advantage of those. We've been in business since 1986. In 2011, I purchased the business as the operating partner, and in 2012 we broke ground for the new one.
Yeah.
And in May of 2013 we moved in.
There were quite a few reasons to move to the new building, weren't there?
There certainly was. Part of that extension for the bypass widened the road, took away an extensive amount of our parking, and also made it the accessibility very, very difficult. So we had to do something to accommodate our clientele, and that's when we decided to make a move. If
you haven't made the trip out there, you really need to make the trip out there. One of the things I loved about your store was, no matter what I needed, you had the most eclectic group of cool stuff in there. There was just a little bit of everything.
Diversification.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes.
Whether it was auto parts to that little plastic piece that only you had for the pool pump, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing that in this day and time you had so much good stock and things that I needed.
We continue to try to do that, and also the additional spaces allowed us an opportunity to bring in a new breadth of product offerings. One of those being certainly our gift boutique, and if all the ladies who avoided the hardware store because it was a man-oriented location now have some place to go, and there's 1,000 square feet of gifts and various items that not necessarily are just women related, but they certainly are a little more women related than the plumbing section and the electrical section of our hardware store. So
yes.
We still continue to offer the automotive side of it. We have expanded, because of the additional space, our capability of being able to have better supply of pool supplies and chlorine for the pool, which out that end of the woods there really is nobody else. If you wanted to get your pool water tested or what have you, typically up until a year ago, you'd had to go into Fort Walton to do it. Now we have that capability there in Blue Water. So all you pool owners can come out and visit us, because we have a very nice selection there.
Sure, sure. And you see some great opportunities for growth in the new location, don't you?
We do. The space has allowed us again to bring in a lot more offerings that we couldn't do at the old location. And you know, it's a competitive market, so we have to separate ourselves from our competitors, and by doing other things, the gift area is one of those. And we've also expanded our MRO, or maintenance and repair operations, over at the resorts. That's something that we do on a distant basis. We deliver across the bridge because of its proximity at least 4 or 5 times a week in the resort and condo business. So
sure.
That's been very good for us too. So you know, we continue to expand there, and are looking for our community to support us now that we're in a facility that's a little easier to get in and out of.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful big parking lot in front.
It is. Yeah. It is. It's not a Cracker Barrel, as many people were asking before we moved in, but we will have the rocking chairs there this fall to accommodate those who would like to just sit and watch. But
now that you say that, I see the resemblance. Yeah, okay. I understand why folks would say that. Sure.
Yes, yes.
Sure. It went up fairly quickly, and but you've taken your time to get things right and make it ready to go, haven't you?
We have. You know, you do some things in life that you say, well, I've done that once, I'll never do that again. And I can tell you that I'm going to sit here and say that after almost 35 years in a hardware store, I would never move another one again, because you can't imagine how much old stuff you have and stuff that you just have to pick up and move to the new location. And we are finally getting all those boxes that you just said, put it in a box, we'll get it there when we can, and get it unloaded and getting it on the shelf. And it's been nice. We've been able to upgrade a lot of our offerings in the electrical and the plumbing and what have you, because of the capability of the expansion and the additional space that we have available to do that with. But
Sure.
we want to certainly accommodate all those, Dave, that we're coming for that one little widget that only North Bay is recognized to have. So,
And I'm telling you, if you couldn't find it, that was the place to go, because even if you couldn't figure out what it was, that was the place to go, because you guys were always so helpful and saying, oh, wait, I know where that is.
we're trying to get them to start there.
Yeah.
Okay, instead of letting us be the last place.
No.
And surprisingly, as long as they've been out there, that's probably one of the most prevalent things, is that every other face coming through the door is a new face. Yeah. People that said, we didn't even know that hardware store even existed out there. So that part's been very, very exciting. And along with that, we're getting involved with the chamber, which is something that the previous owners did not do. And that's been very exciting.
It was a real gem, and I'm sure it's going to just be that much more a fantastic place to go, because they were always so helpful and so kind, and literally the amount of stock you had stuffed in the little store, I can't imagine what you've done with the large one.
We give you a little more space now.
Yeah. Oh, you can move around a little bit better. Okay.
The old one didn't have a whole lot of space.
No, it didn't.
It was the Always certainly were not going to accommodate the handicap needs. But now that we have the space, we certainly are able to fill that back up and take advantage of the fact that there's so many things that you can offer. I mean, we're more of a general store than we are just a hardware store.
Absolutely, absolutely. You got some big events coming up here in the very near future, don't you?
We do. We are so glad to be part of the chamber, and one of those offerings is the capability of being able to do the after-hour event, which will take place on the 19th of September, from 5 to 6:30, and that we'll be offering beverages and heavier doors and stuff. So we invite all those members to stop out and check out our store, and that'll be, and the following day will be our grand opening. We're going to officially do a grand opening the following day. So provided everything works out, but
As
you
it
start
always
planning those things, it's amazing how much planning is required. But looking forward to it.
It sounds like a great plan. If folks were looking to find you, how would they do that?
Well, certainly we're right there on Highway 20 on the east side of Blue Water. And also you can make contact with us at 897-3737. Website is in the process, but right now I don't have one built, so we'll keep that for another date.
And convenient hours, I'm sure?
Yeah, we're open 7 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then 7:30 to 4:30 on Saturday.
How fantastic is that? Well, we look forward to it, because it truly is a beautiful facility. I don't know if I'll be able to wait until the business after hours for my first visit, but I will do my best. And thank you very much for all that you're doing for our community and for that great new business you have.
Thank you very much.
God
Appreciate
bless
it.
you. I got a couple quick announcements before we go away. The next second Wednesday breakfast will be held September 11th at 7:30 a.m. at the Niceville Community Center. The Manor at Blue Water Bay Chamber members and prospective members are invited to attend. The Manor of Blue Water Bay is our sponsor. Don't forget to go do business with a chamber business today. God bless you all, and we'll see you next month.